coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, appreciate the support. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling, we pushing we pushing positive content. Hey man, big love to everybody who support me, man. And when I say support me, meaning whatever I do, you with me, you with this movement. Even if it's not what you prefer, it's the fact that you locked in, man. That's loyalty, and I appreciate that. Salute, salute, salute. And hey, we gonna keep on pushing, we gonna keep on climbing, and that's what we gotta do, man. You know, against all odds, we coming. 2025, we out here, man. TBP Nation, stand up, salute, spread the word. Oh, shout out, and y'all see this? Woo, we HD Woodson High School alumni. Man, shout out to K Rock and Mighty Gunshots. Man, this is my high school. This is where I went to high school at, man. Legendary high school in DC, man. Salute. We out here. Oh, good story for y'all today. I think so. Anyway, just a lesson about, you know, going to prison, man. What happened to you if you go to prison, or what can happen to you if you go to prison. And this story right here, piece of the issue I think I spoke on before. I'm not sure, man. I done spoke so much. I'm not really sure, but I think this is a good life lessons for these youngins out here that don't really understand what's going on in prison. But in this situation right here, I ended up knowing about this. The whole compound ended up knowing about this in the end, just because it came from, you know, for lack of a better word, the horse's mouth. But I can remember being on this institution, man. This is in the late, no, early 2000s. So this lets you know right here, this is in the 2000s. This is what's going on. So I'm on this institution, right? And I remember this boy, this homosexual guy moved to our unit, right? When he got moved to our unit, a whole lot of people that was into that game was trying to get with him, right? And you know, I guess because of his age and the way he looked or whatever, it was appealing to them. They was trying to get with him, but they was nervous, pervs on trying to get with him because he came with this old big old story about what was going on with him, and he's supposed to have been somebody else people on the other side of the yard, right? Obviously, y'all know what institution I'm on. I'm on this big old Greensville joint, which is 3 institutions in one. The biggest prison in Virginia. It got 3 institutions in one. It's like 3 prisons right beside each other in a, you know, or whatever you call it, a triangle or whatever. It's 3 prisons, you know. So literally one of them is considered a prison in its own. You could be on this unit, you consider you in this prison, boom, boom, boom. You don't really mix unless you got some type of programs or something like that together. Other than that, you never mix with these people. So it's like a whole institution. But anyway, so everybody kind of like knew the dude that he was supposed to be messing with on the other side. But the dude had got tricked up, got locked up, and ended up getting some street charges behind these people. Excuse me. The crazy part about it is he was still trying to claim the people. He was still trying to get back with the people after the people done put street charges on. So that was kind of like causing a lot of confusion because the boy was talking about everything that went on. He's spreading the word. He's telling it this, that, and the third. So in his words, what had happened was he moved over there. He met the dude. I ain't gonna call the dude name because I think people know the dude. He met the dude. He liked the dude at first. He ended up getting with the dude. They talking, they chopping it up. They walking the yard, doing what they do, trying to solidify what they gonna do, their relationship or whatever you want to call it. And they ended up getting together. And then he ended up getting them moved in with him, right? So he said once he got moved in with him, He said that's when everything changed. He said dude went berserk, went crazy on him. You know what I'm saying? Start beating him. Say he beat him the first day he moved in the cell. Beat him real bad, right? Told him if he tell anybody, if he go to the people, he was gonna crash out. He was just gonna, stab him up, kill him, take him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? So this all over the yard. So this public information. So say he was scared to death. So he didn't know what to do. So he said he laid the ground rules down with him and told him, say, look, you can't leave the cell. You stay in the cell. You don't never come out the cell. The only time you come out the cell is when I tell you to come out and you go take a shower, come back in, and that's when I'm in the block. Other than that, you don't come out the cell. So he more or less made him stay in the cell 24/7. 7 days a week, 365. Wouldn't let him up out that joint, And if he came out, when he left, he would go out, go do rec, go out, go do this, go whatever it was he doing, but he couldn't come out the cell. You know what I'm saying? If he came out the cell or he came back from rec or anywhere that he went and somebody told him that he was out the cell, he'll whoop him, right? He'll whoop him. Now, this the crazy part about the dynamics. The boy was bigger than he was, way bigger than he was, but he's saying he used to whoop him and had that Bethlehem in his hand and tell him, I knew you don't think I won't kill you. I'll take you out of it here. Tell him that he'll do this to him. You know what I'm saying? He'll unalive him. So it's crazy. So I'm like, man, this, the whole, like I say, this thing is circulating because he's in our unit now. But we had heard something about it even from the other unit, because when something like that big go on, because I get to the point about what made it big news. So he said this was going on for a minute, and then he used to just come in there. They say sometime from rec or whatever, just beat him up, and then turn around and want to be intimate with him and tell him that he's sorry, he loved him, but he has some issues, and this is the only way that he knew how to show, his affection or his love, because of the way he grew up or whatnot. So the boy feel like he just stuck in the matrix. He don't know what to do. He liked him at first, but now he don't like him. He more or less scared of him. And he say when he used to come in there, sometimes he didn't want to do it. He just beat him up and just take it. You know what I'm saying? And say he used to be like telling him to stop, and he used to be saying to him, didn't your parents tell you this was going to happen to you when you come to prison? Shut up. You knew this was going to happen to you if you came to prison. You knew this. And be doing what he doing, saying that to him all the time. So he said he used to grab him by the mouth and just hold his mouth and be doing what he doing. And then, he might just start whooping him when he finished because he felt guilty for doing what he was doing. Then he'll whoop him and then tell him that he love him and he's sorry. And be crying and everything. So I'm like, it's like a real life soap opera type stuff going on. But what happened was, he come over there, he just talking. He on the yard. He telling all the other boys telling their men telling other dudes, and then it's just like public knowledge all over the compound. So now the dude is still on the other side. He's sending letters over there to dudes that he know this is homeboys, telling them to make the boy check in so he can get back over there with him because he still want to be with him, right? So his homeboys them saying, bro, you gotta case for these people, man. I ain't pulling up on them people, man. Them people going to the peoples. I ain't doing that. So he mad at his homeboys because he can't get over there because the dude them took a charge out on him. And in his mind, he thinking that he can still get back with dude when you don't realize that, bro, you got a street charge on you. You ain't gonna never be around this dude again. Period. You ain't gonna be around. But he just so blocked out. I think personally he has some issues. Like, obviously he has some issues, but he not seeing that. You know what I'm saying? That's not computing with him. But on the flip side of that, if you take that part out of the equation, he'll respect the dude on the street and in the penitentiary. Besides this type of foolery that he into. Dudes know him. I used to hear his name. I heard his name prior to being connected with this. I heard his name before, but it was about hustling, pistol play on the street, stuff like that. I didn't know this, until this stuff came about. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. But this is the penitentiary. These is the type of things that be going on in there. These are the dynamics that be unfolded in the penitentiary. So like I say, now the boy's on our side and he just talking so loud. He just like, yeah, and I had to put a charge on him. I had to get up out of there. I had to escape. I had to escape, you know. like he was in, you know, like a dungeon or something. Like he and you know, he had to get away from it. So this the crazy thing as well. They say they was in the cell together about 8 to 10 months. So he was taking this for 8 to 10 months. His people was, you know, calling up there, finding out what was going on with him because he was getting he wasn't calling home no more. Usually when he called home, they continued to send him money. Said that they came to see him a couple of times and they said he refused to visit. The dude wouldn't even let him go get visits because he was scared if he go get the visit, he was gonna tell his people and all of the weight was gonna come down. So whenever he got a visit, he told him, you better not go out there. You tell him you don't want no visit. And he denied the visit, and the people had came up there a couple of times. So now his people is calling up there all the time trying to find out what's going on with him. I need to talk to him. You need to tell him to call home. The counseling came to him, told him you got to call home. Old boy used to go out there with him to the phone and stand right beside him while he called and tell his people that he was okay. Yeah, standing right there beside him, say, if you say anything crazy, hit, you gonna hit him right there. So I'm gonna crash out. And he believed him because he in the cell with him, so he's petrified, terrified. So he get on the phone and Jeff to his people. I'm all right. I just been, you know, I've been in class. I'm taking this. I'm doing that, but I'm good. And I didn't want to come to no visit. No, when y'all came, I had a cold and I wasn't feeling good. And I didn't want to come out there and get y'all sick. And all these lies because old boy standing right there by the phone on him like this. As soon as they get off the phone, he go right back to the cell. You go right back to the cell. So more or less, he got him like in some slave type stuff where he cannot think on his own. He cannot do nothing on his own. He cannot move on his own. Anything he do, he got to go through old buddy. And if he don't go through old buddy, he know what the price of that is. You know what I'm saying? Now, according to him, what he tell the people on over here, when we over here, the dude used to beat him up every day. So he got black eyes, so they come around doing the count. He got to be acting like he doing something, had his head turned. He got black eyes. He said he got bruises all over his body. He says dudes used to just take the Bethlehem out sometime and just sit there on the toilet and just watch him. Just look at him and tell him. Say, you know, if you try to leave me, I'm going to kill you, right? You know if you try to leave me, I'm going to take you out. You know that, right? Say he just used to look at, say he was scared, say he was petrified of the dude. You know, he said he was just terrified of him, said he didn't know what to do. You know, so I guess it all came to a head. He said he had beat him up real bad one day and, you know, went through the same routine with him, you know, and took advantage of him and tell him, you know this, you know you should have came to prison. You know this what's going to happen when you come to prison. Stop acting like you ain't know this. You know this. Shut up. Just be quiet. You know this what's going to happen. And doing what he do to him, and he said he just couldn't take it no more. So he said when old boy went out for wreck, he just made his move. He shoot up to the booth and telling people he got to get up out there. He crying. He got the little bruises on him from being whooped the day before and telling people, I got to go, and tell him all this. The people come over there and get him, take him over to the administration. He tell the people what he tell them. You know what I'm saying? They lock him up. You know what I'm saying? They put him in PC, protective custody. Immediately go get old boy like he was John Gotti or, you know what I'm saying? El Chapo or something, you know. Go get him, you know, rough him up, go through the whole routine, lock him up, you know what I'm saying? Ask him about it. He claim he don't know what they talking about, woo, woo, woo. The boy tell him he could go over there and take DNA, say he been doing this to him, doing that to him, But according to him, he did say he volunteered sometime, but most of the time, dude made him do it. You know what I'm saying? So they did all this, did all that, and the man got a street charge. He got a street charge for that, man. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason, like I say, he don't get shipped, because normally when you get a charge like that, you getting shipped up off the compound. You going up off of it. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he don't get shipped is because they moved the boy. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, these are 3 institutions. So when you go from one institution to the other one, that's like a transfer. You know what I'm saying? They cannot keep you on the same compound with somebody that something like this didn't occur with. But by him being on the other side of the yacht, it's like he on a different compound. He don't got to go nowhere necessarily. He could, but they taking him back and forth to court, so they need him there because the issue is there. These are the people who put the case on him. This institution. You see what I'm saying? So they in the same area, but not around each other. But you can send messages back and forth through this yard because it ain't far. You can literally see the other prisons from the yard. One yard you can go and talk. It's a couple of 100 feet away, but dudes are yelling and talk. Yo, what up over there? Hey, Jill, what's the name? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it was crazy, man. And they let that boy out on the yard on our side, and he came out there singing like the OJs. He telling all the other boys, like I said, oh yeah, and using his name and everything. Yeah, I was in the city. He crazy. He was doing the child. He wouldn't let me. I couldn't do nothing. I was scared for my life, and I took it as long as I could take it. And I had to get up out of there. Yeah, all of that. He done called his people. Once he done made the great escape, told his people all what's going on, his people down on administration, they talking about putting a lawsuit out on him. All time, it was just a pure chaos. You know what I'm saying? And now it's all over the yard, and you got to imagine we in prison. There ain't no big news popping off except for news on the street. So this is like major news over the institution. So now he got this tag on his name. You know what I'm saying? And dudes knew he was into that because dudes was in the cell with him. But at the same time, they couldn't see nothing. They didn't. They just assumed because the dude ain't come out. And he out moving around, moving about, doing the regular things he do. He gambling, he playing ball, he moving, shaking and baking. People don't come out to sell. So he don't ever see him with them. So who knows what story he was telling other people, but it ain't like they didn't know he was in there with them. You understand? So, I mean, it's like they ain't walk no yard. They ain't go to chow together. They ain't do. He did everything on his own, and them peoples ain't come out that cell because he didn't let them come out that cell. So just one of them crazy, crazy situations, man, that happen in prison, man, that people don't even know the intricacies of what be going on in it. These type of things be happening all the time. Some of these dudes will get involved with these people, man, and you don't know what they be doing to them in that cell, man. You don't know what type of fear they imposing on them. You don't know if they in there voluntarily or not. You just don't know. But he made it known because he came up out of that situation and told and got to do the case. Now, that would make you think that none of these other dudes, even if they ended that, gonna even fool with him. Not so much. Not so much. They was over there ready to pick up the Bethlehem against each other to try to, win his favor, who he was gonna mess with, or who he was gonna get with, even knowing that he just sent a joker, to the street court. You know what I'm saying? Now, who's to say everything he's saying is true? Don't nobody know the other dude's side. He ain't talking about. But who's to say that he ain't embellishing? Don't nobody know for real. But these dudes were still willing to, scrap up and get ready to try to win his favor because they wanted to get with him. You know what I'm saying? And the dude that ended up getting with him, he was on some other stuff too. Dudes was that suspect, like he got with him because they be, you know what I'm saying? Doing what they do. But it was crazy, man. I just remember it just had the whole compound talking. Everybody knew what was going on. Put that bone on old boy now. And then old boy that we talking about, he didn't even had forever date or nothing. He had a date where he getting out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I think he had some issues that was going on from his childhood or whatever the case may be. I think he was going through some things, you know what I'm saying? But it just was a wild situation, man, and it just had the whole compound ill for a minute, man. But the thing I remember that stuck out in my head was that he just said the dude used to tell him all the time, every time he did something to him, said, "Didn't your people tell you this was gonna happen to you if you came to prison? Stop acting like you ain't know this was gonna happen to you if you came to prison. Shut up! Shut up! You knew this was gonna happen if you came to prison." And I think that's a message for the people out here, these youngins that's out here free already. You don't know what's gonna happen to you if you end up in prison. You know what I'm saying? So if your parents telling you that, if platforms like this telling you that, if the world telling you that, why you still taking them chances on going up in there? Because you saying to yourself, oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, or yeah, I can't go for that, or well, don't find out. Don't find out, champ. I'm telling you, don't find out, man. Cause even though I think personally, old boy was the way he was before he came to prison, but at the same time, I don't think uh he volunteered for what he got into. I think a lot of things, even if he that way coming into prison, a lot of things still gonna be forced upon you where you ain't gonna consent to. You know, besides what he wanna do, other things is gonna come at him too. Cause he ain't gonna like everybody, but everybody might like him just into that. So somebody gonna force the issue, you know what I'm saying? And or make whoever you messing with, test their bravado, how much you want them, how much you willing to, you know what I'm saying, to keep them. Those type of scenarios unfold up in there as well. So, you never know what's gonna happen in prison, man. That's the whole main message in this video right here. You don't know what's gonna happen in prison. You can't dictate what's gonna happen in prison. You can only respond and react to what's gonna happen in prison, and you just have to respond and react correctly in each situation, which is hard for anybody to do, to be 100%. No mistakes allowed. The one mistake that you don't respond right or don't react right could be the one that costs you the most. So prison is unpredictable, to say the least, man. But yeah, man, dude ended up getting, I don't know how much time he got. I don't know nothing. I know for a fact he got a street case. He definitely got a street case because the police even confirmed it. This what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So wild situation, man. But just something, that I think people can listen to and get something out of, man. And maybe even share with somebody might need to hear, man. There's a lot of things that's going on in prison, man, that people ain't even hip to. There's a lot of things that you heard about that people don't like to talk about, but it's real. Because prison is real. And these scenarios are real. And these stories are real. Don't be a part of it. That's the best I can tell you, man. But anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Happy holidays to everybody, man. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, man, and a even more blessed New Year. Go into the new year, man, with some enthusiasm, with some encouragement, man, with some motivation. This is gonna be the best year of your life. This is going to be the best year of your life because you have an opportunity to make it just that, the best year of your life. This is the way I'm going into the new year. This is the way that I hope you go into the new year. This is the way that I hope TBP Nation go into the new year. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. TBP Nation, stand up. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Man. You know what I'm saying? Them hooks, man. I'm going to be better in 2025. I hope we all do. Let's go. Let's get it. Salute. We gone. Peace.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.